Live from Jagex HQ, featuring your favourite J-mods, exclusive interviews, and great music. This is RuneRadio with Mod MMG.
Hi guys, it's Dan H here. We're live from Jagex Game Studios with Mark Gerhard, Mod MMG. How you doing?
Very good news. Hi guys.
Excellent stuff. Right, we're going to play a couple of songs and we'll be back with you in just a second. And welcome back. It's Dan H here with Mod MMG, as we've said before, but I'll say it again because it's quite exciting news, isn't it? Hope everyone's doing all right today. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing well.
Very well.
Very well. I'm so excited. I mumbled.
He's been very excited. We've been sitting here since, what time would you say, like 10?
Yeah, chewing my nails.
An hour and a half of Mark going, what should we do, what should we do? But it's working out all right so far. Let's see how we go on. We've got loads of questions coming in from the official RuneScape forums and from RuneZone, so you happy to answer some of those later on?
Absolutely.
Excellent stuff. Now, you have been on the radio before?
This will be a first. Radio Virgin.
Okay, well, we'll hope to break you in gently. Guys on RuneZone are quite nice, so hopefully they should be alright. They treat you well.
Thank you.
So, as I say, people can ask you questions on Twitter as well. You're Mark__Gerhard, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Mark __.
Okay, so we'll get some questions from that probably at some point. I know you've got your phone in front of you, constantly refreshing your feed. So I'm sure some questions will already be pouring in thick and fast. So we've got a song coming up next?
Yes, IMX from... so Think of England from IMX.
Think of England from IMX. Here we go.
Welcome back, everyone.
How you doing?
Very well.
Very well. He's alright, he's alright. He just froze a little bit, but we got it. We caught him. It's okay. Mark, we've got Game Blast coming up tomorrow, the 24-hour gaming marathon in aid of special effect. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I'm going to be there with you guys.
Yeah?
Every step of the way.
Full 24 hours?
Absolutely.
Doing the long haul. I like it. I like it. You got the Monster Energy drinks and you're ready.
Yeah, I find it's best not to do any caffeine or
really?
Sugar or anything like that. Yeah.
So what is the tactic? What's the tactic for staying awake? Do you play loud music or?
Play loud music, tell some good jokes, and just eat a lot. I find is the best way there.
Do you have any good jokes for us now, or do you want to save those? Do you want to save
Probably none I can share. I suspect.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So let's talk a bit more about Game Blast. So live stream starts at 1 o'clock, and you're going to be there from the start, are you?
Absolutely. And obviously, you know, for me, this was just a absolutely fantastic charity. It's in support of Special Effect, which is one of the charities we're supporting back in November. And you know, if any of you guys want to take a look at their website, specialeffect.org.uk, there's some really heart-melting stuff there. It's you know, it's a really, really worthwhile charity for you know, unfortunately other young people that are less fortunate than us. And you know, as I say, you know, check out the website. It's really heart-melting stuff. It's really worthwhile charity to support.
Absolutely, I'm excited as well. So it should be a good 24-hour live stream to watch and enjoy. Players can get involved quite easily, can't they?
Yeah, we made it really easy. We'll try to make it really easy. You can buy stuff in Solomon's store, and the well is open as it always was. But also we've now set up a Just Giving page at justgiving.com/Jagex.
Awesome.
Players can support that way too.
Excellent. So you're talking about the Solomon's General Store. What exactly is that? What are we doing?
So we've actually created a tunic specifically for the event, and then, you know, 100% of the proceeds that either goes to Solomon's or the well goes to the charity.
That's awesome. So you can still give your bonds and in-game wealth.
Exactly. So players can give via their play.
Excellent. That's good stuff. So the live stream also coincides with a double XP weekend.
Yes.
Are you going to be making the most of that?
I need to, actually. I haven't played for a while, so it's time to start catching up. So I'm going to make sure I use as many free minutes as I can.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Hopefully, in 24 hours, you're going to have a lot of free minutes. So all adds up. Get some levels up. There you go.
I think free players also getting free XP, if I'm not mistaken. I think they
That's
get
right.
1.2 times the usual rate.
Not bad, is it?
Not bad. I think members naturally get 2 times.
Even better. So buy a bond and get your members 2 times
Double
XP.
XP.
Worth it or what?
Absolutely.
So how much can we expect to raise overall? Is there a target, or are we just going for as much as we possibly can?
Look, as always, we want to raise as much as we can. We've already raised £200 so far, which is a terrific start. I would love to see that in the thousands rather than the hundreds.
Okay.
But yeah, let's see how many of the players come out and support. I'm really hoping it's a lot.
Yeah, I hope so too. And is there plans to do more things like this, more charity events with RuneScape? And
yeah. I think many of you know that a lot of the charity stuff is quite close to my heart. Always has been. Certainly, we've always, even as a company, been supporting a number of charitable causes over the years. I think in part we've perhaps just been a bit quiet about that. It's been a personal choice. But I think what we started doing last year, getting the players involved, is certainly the right way forward, and allows us to scale our efforts. And at the end of the day, if you think of these good causes, every extra pound, dollar, euro matters. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I could see us doing a ton more for players too.
Awesome. It's great to get the community involved as well, isn't it? So that's great stuff.
Thank you.
So should we play a couple of songs?
Yeah, let's do that.
What have we got coming up? Tell us.
So this is one of my other favourites, Union of Knives. Evil has never known you.
Okay, let's go. So that was, what was the name of that song, Mark?
Union of Knives.
Union of Knives.
Evil has never.
Awesome. That was alright, wasn't it? Not bad song. Got
yeah,
good taste in music.
Yeah, it gets to you.
Okay.
Tickles the soul.
I think this is quite a revealing playlist you've got, and we've got some cool songs coming up too.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's maybe too revealing, but it's a broad mix of.
I think that's nice, an insight into your personality, perhaps.
Well, we'll see in a sec, right?
We'll see in a sec. Well, maybe get some feedback. Now I know we've got a couple of shout-outs coming in as well, so.
From Real Scythe, which is to Mod Osborne to say he's awesome.
Okay, excellent stuff. I know we've been getting questions, as we said before, on the RuneScape forums and on RuneZone too, plus your Twitter and everything. So we've got a couple of questions here. You happy to answer those for us?
Shoot.
Excellent stuff. So, first question is, Sesame says, what is your favourite thing that you've ever done as CEO of Jagex?
Wow.
Maybe that's too tough.
I was going to say that's a really tough one because I get to do a lot of really cool things.
Sure.
Perhaps maybe I'd answer that slightly differently. But I think for me, the most amazing thing I get to do is actually, it's the talented people I get to work with. 6 years later, you're always delighted, you're surprised by the team, their enthusiasm. It's not something you ever get bored of. It just keeps you raising your game. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, awesome. So talking of working with some awesome people, Mr. Muto has asked us, are the meetings between the big shots at Jagex similar to the TV show Mad Men?
I think they're crazier than that.
Crazier than that. So you don't just sit at the table and pitch ideas, you actually scream at each other.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So
we like to call our meetings punchy.
Punchy.
For a reason.
You hold them in the war room, is that right?
That's right.
So
we renamed the boardroom to the war room.
Okay. That's not a bad name if you're getting a bit heated in there. So
that's it.
That's all right. And Mr. Muto also wants to know, do we have any plans to add to the current community team?
Yeah. I'm really delighted. How the community team's doing. I think there's just been a really fresh face and a really honest view into the business. I'd love to see that scale. How quick can we grow? How fast can we go?
I know Jagex is always on the lookout for some incredible people to join the organisation. So I suppose just keep an eye on the Jagex Careers website.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously get in touch with you guys, Mod Jane. This is certainly something that I want to continue to grow, and specifically for people within the community.
Awesome. So another question is from Marbarian, or Marbane. How do you say your name? Please get in contact with me. Okay, we'll say Marbarian, Marbane, Marben. Do you play all the new content on RuneScape?
I get to see all the new content, which is pretty cool. quite a while ahead of it actually being delivered. Sometimes I even get to have some input into that. If I'm being really honest, unfortunately I don't actually get to play all of it, and that's simply just a question of time. And
Sure.
it's obviously something I feel guilty about, just not having enough time. But between young family, busy job, it's fine. It's really hard to find more than an hour a day if I'm even lucky. So
It's still more.
it's still 60 minutes.
It's
Right?
still pretty good fun to play all the new content. I'm pretty jealous of you. So, and completely off RuneScape related question from. Again, you've given me these questions from people with really difficult to pronounce name. Arcturus says, "What is your favourite colour?"
It would be black.
Black.
Well, so my favorite color is actually blue, but most things I have, own, appreciate, like vehicles, whatever, tend to be black. Don't know why that is.
Is that like Brian and Bertha?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So again, I've just created a link here because the next question from Simba says, "Which tank do you drive, Bertha or Brian?"
Obviously, you never forget your first tank, right? So Bertha is still very much my favorite, that just has so much personality and stuff. Most people who've come to Jagex and learned to drive have done so with Bertha. Brian's a lot trickier to drive.
Okay.
In tank language, Brian's a driver's tank. So there's a lot of technique and knowledge needed to do that. But hey, look, Brian's like 3 times faster, so Brian can do about 80 miles an hour.
Do you go down the motorway on it?
So the plan I think is to kind of commute to work on those snowy days, and overtake some trucks in the fast lane and stuff.
Fuel efficient or not so much?
I don't think tanks fall in the category of miles per gallon, perhaps more gallons to the mile.
Okay.
But yeah, certainly a lot more than Bertha.
And I mean, they've ventured onto Twitter as well, haven't
They have their own Twitter accounts, which is very cool, very, very cool. I laughed till I cried the other day just reading some of the posts from Jagex Tank Bertha and some of the banter with Brian. Very, very cool.
They are good, aren't they? I saw the tweet of where the Ford KA had parked in Bertha's spot.
That's right.
So Brian and Bertha had gone after her and smashed it.
That's it.
Not bad picture either. It was upside down when you posted it though. But...
Yeah, I'm still a Twitter noob.
But as I say, yeah, you ventured onto Twitter as well.
I am, and wow! Also, just to say thanks to everyone who's been following me. I never knew I had interesting things to say. I probably still don't, but yeah, just absolutely delighted. Some 1,200 people in the last 14 days. So thanks everyone for your support.
Probably one of the fastest growing Twitter accounts at Jagex, I would say.
Yeah, perhaps.
Perhaps so. So Zeus says, do you have any plans to advertise the game more, or to perhaps put it onto the online game marketplaces like Steam?
Short answer is yes. We're always looking to raise awareness for RuneScape, grow the community, especially as we think about the long. Sorry, brain freeze. But the creating community and building the game for the next 5 to 10 years. But I think at the same time, RuneScape's quite special. RuneScape's quite an intimate community in itself. So just doing sort of mass marketing like on TV and stuff, which we've tried before, doesn't necessarily bring us the type of players that necessarily join, contribute to the community and things like that. I would probably always say the first place to start is, if this is a game you love, is be an advocate yourself, right? And I think a lot of people, whilst they love and spend a lot of time on RuneScape, perhaps don't talk as much about it because it's not seen or perceived as a mainstream game. And that's probably one of the first things I want to change ahead of doing more platform type stuff like Steam. Yeah,
I mean, there's no better time to kind of get your friends involved with a refer a friend scheme. Give them a bond.
That's
they
right.
get membership. You
Help
get
them get stuck
10%
in.
bonus XP. With the double XP weekend, that turns into 20%. So you can't really go wrong, can you?
Absolutely. Well, actually, it's funny you say that. I was reading a post on Reddit, which was just absolutely amazing, which was a guy who took a bet with a friend that in less than 48 hours, he could, with a brand new account, free account, he could earn a bond, get a membership. And the bet was that he would get a year of membership if you did it. And he actually, he did it in 31 hours from a fresh account to having his first bond.
It shows you though, there's so many ways to become a member nowadays. You don't really need to pay.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, and for me, the thing I loved about it was it's the ultimate democratization. You can have all the benefits of membership without ever having to part with cash. You can do this truly, freely, free to play.
Yeah. So for rank 2017 says, are there any plans to take RuneScape to Asia?
It's a great question. We get asked it a lot. Again, I think the short answer would be yes. Slightly longer version of that would be RuneScape's based on a Latin-based character set from a tech perspective. So, broadening to places like South America, perhaps even as far as Turkey and things like that, would be easier for us than going to double bytecode languages like Cyrillic, simplified Chinese, Kanji, anything like that. So that would be a really big undertaking. I think if we saw that there was a really positive support for the game, sizable community, is probably the type of investment we'd make. But that certainly sits in the epic category from tech alone, let alone as a translation project. Yeah. It's about a year's worth of work for the engine team. So currently there's no plans, but it's something we're always reviewing.
Mm-hmm. So I've got a couple of questions about some in-game content.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, from Blue, do you support Brassica Prime or Marimbo? So the Cabbage God or Marimbo?
I would have to put my full weight of support behind Brassica. I'm a big fan of cabbages, and obviously great byproduct of kimchi and sauerkraut too. So I'm a Brassica man.
Excellent stuff. So how about we go to a song and then we'll come back with some more questions.
Let's do that. This is Ladytron, Destroy Everything You Touch. It's Bertha's favourite song.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, continuing with our questions from our players, we've got a couple of coming in from the shout-out system on RuneZone, but you've got a couple of shout-outs to...
Yeah, I've got one from Zeus, and he's doing a shout-out to the Afro Bros clan.
Awesome.
Very cool name.
Awesome. And Ivan from RuneZone says, MMG, you are so good. You've done so good for the RS community. Thank you so much.
Wow, well, thank you, and it's a great honour.
And got a couple of questions coming in as well. We've also got these ones from the forums that we stole earlier. So I8 Bunny says, "What? Yeah, crazy name, isn't it? It's a bit dark." MMG, what is your favourite skill in RuneScape and why?
For me, it's Slayer, and I think I like the fact that I'm leveling combat and skill, and I'm making money. I think it's probably seems to be the most efficient out of all the skills in terms of how I spend my time. But yeah,
fair enough. And Haunter704 says, "What is your RuneScape hometown?" I'd say mine's Barrock, just because it's got the Grand Exchange and I can trade my farm mate.
Yeah, really exactly. I really like the kind of FunOrb games room and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, I'd pretty take Barrock.
Fair enough. Is it because of the Grand Exchange?
Yeah, it's so convenient.
It's so convenient. It's got everything you need in one city. Perfect. You looking forward to the Elf City though?
I am, and I'm really delighted players voted for that. So that's where I would put my vote too.
That was my vote of choice as well, on all of my accounts.
All 20.
Another couple of questions coming in is from Kent Knifin. He says, "What is your favourite song in game?"
Favourite song in game?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably gonna have to be the soundtrack, right?
I think so. The Escape Bold was your favourite,
That's
wasn't it?
That's it. We'll play out with that one.
I think that's our final song of the show, Escape Bold. And do you know your combat level off by heart? He wants to know.
I don't want to say because I think we'll probably very quickly work out who I am.
Okay, fair enough. And Monir wants to know: do all JMods have normal accounts, and do they try content from a player perspective as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Every single JMod is a player account, and internally we run our own high scores, and there's quite a lot of competition internally
Awesome.
as to who's doing what and going where. But yeah, I don't think you can make entertainment. You can't be a chef unless you taste your own cooking.
I think so. I think that's a good analogy. I think Jane has just been looking at the high scores, hasn't she? And she's a bit upset that she's gone down a place.
It's very competitive.
She's at 23rd in the office. That's awful, Jane. Go on, get up. Top 20 at least. So, got a couple more questions coming in. Runic Lord. It's a Transformers question, but who is your favourite Autobot and who's your favourite Decepticon?
That's great. So, my favourite Autobot is actually called Sparkscape.
Escape, there we go.
I just thought it was cool with Escape. And I've been cheeky enough to actually take that as my player account name too.
Okay.
And then on the Decepticon side, I'd probably be Contagion.
Okay.
They're just badass.
Awesome stuff. Okay, so should we play another song?
Yeah, actually, mix it up a bit here. Maybe Gossip and Four-Letter Word.
Fair enough.
Streaming to you direct from RuneZone.com, a platinum ranked fan site by Jagex. This is Rune Radio.
You've just joined us.
Thank you.
We're with Mod MMG, live from Jagex Game Studios. How you doing?
Hi, Ron, and very good news.
You enjoying DJ so far?
I'm loving it. I got so excited. I actually clicked on the next song.
Yeah, we heard Fallout Boy a bit earlier than we were expecting, so that's not a bad thing though. Everyone seems to be happy with it.
All right.
And Mod Jane's in the chat box on RuneZone, just keeping everyone entertained, so that's alright, isn't it? I've had a quick message from someone on RuneZone, guy with a kind of face in his name, and he's called __RS, and he says, which do you prefer, Dime Bars or Snickers?
What's that again?
Which do you prefer, it's like a
That was the first one.
Dime Bar or Snickers?
I haven't had the first one. I like Snickers.
There you go.
I like Snickers. I know Snickers. But
CEO of a giant games company hasn't tried.
it's still chocolate. I haven't eaten.
There we go. This could be the next YouTube sensation. MMG tries Dime. So maybe.
Big reveal.
So at the moment, though, Snickers is.
It's Snickers.
You like Snickers?
I like Snickers.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Crunchy's probably my favourite.
Crunchy. Right. Okay. We'll bear that in mind. So if you're going to send MMG any chocolate, anyone.
July's my birthday.
Okay, July. Send him some crunchies. So, just to remind everyone that's probably just tuned in, we've got Game Blast coming up tomorrow.
Yes, we have a 24-hour session to raise money for Special Effect, and there's various ways you can help support the cause. Solomon's store, we've got a special tunic that's available there, and you can also donate bonds and stuff into the well, just as before, and all of that goes straight to the charity. And players can also support at justgiving.com/Jagex.
Awesome. You can find out more about the Special Effect charity at specialeffect.org.uk. Is that
Yes, absolutely. And for anyone who hasn't already gone there, I really encourage you to check out the website. And as I've said before, it's really hot melting stuff. It's really, really, really a good charity to support. For me, obviously there's always I've seen questions on why this charity and not that charity, and obviously we started with Special Effect simply because this is to help disabled kids and kind of bring some joy into their lives by allowing them to play games. So that's something that's close to our hearts, something we understand, something we can help directly with. But also, and specifically Special Effect is probably one of the most efficient charities. It's very important to me. You get a lot of these NGOs that for every pound you donate, maybe 10 cents or less actually goes to the intended cause. And with all the charities we've picked so far, our criteria has always been more than 90% of what you donate has to go to the intended cause. And my understanding of these guys is that actually it's 100%. So
wow,
that's one of the reasons, one selection criteria.
Fantastic.
Why we're getting behind them, yeah.
So you are going to be joining us for the full 24 hours.
I am. Marathon.
Staying
Day
up,
and night.
Staying up, using the double XP.
That's it.
Awesome
Maximum.
stuff. I know everyone's looking forward to it, and if you haven't already heard about it, you can check us out at twitch.tv/RuneScape for the full 24 hours, starting at 1 p.m. until 1 p.m. the following day, naturally. And that's how 24 hours seems to work these days. Now, Old School's first birthday tomorrow.
Yes, very exciting, very exciting.
It seems incredible to know that Old School has been around for that long already.
We decided to get some stuff to some 2007 champagne to celebrate with the team.
Wonderful.
And it just struck me then. It was like, wow, has it really been a year? It feels like it may have been 2-3 months ago that we did this. It's really happened phenomenally fast. And it's just great to see how a great community is being built there and how cohesive it is and engaged. So yeah, it's hard to imagine it's 2007 is now 2008.
Exactly, yeah. It's grown. And you think it's got a future?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. I think for a number of reasons. I think there's, communities tend to be quite strong within their own right, and here you have, I don't think just people who are nostalgic about a certain period in history, but I think it's psychographically they're like-minded, and it's not just the content, it's the people from 2007 by and large. And I think for those reasons in itself, it's going to have phenomenal staying power.
Yeah. Going back to the kind of charities thing quickly, Tiny on RuneZone says, will Jagex only support local UK charities, or is there a possibility of support for international charities to benefit from the RuneScape community moving forward?
So we would absolutely, so the short answer is absolutely yes. We're going to make this as international as we can. I'd love to have a scheme where the charities that we get behind are actually also put forward by the community. As I said, one of the only rules for me in terms of selection criteria is that basically the money that's being donated goes to the intended cause, as opposed to paying big salaries for people treating it like a business.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next step we want to get to is how we manage this at scale. Right now, obviously, we've been working with local charity. They always say charity starts at home, and I think that's a good practice. But we need to think where and how we start managing other local relationships.
Absolutely. So it's the start of a strong future supporting charities with Jagex then.
Absolutely.
Excellent stuff.
We're very committed.
Excellent stuff. Should we play a song in a second?
Let's do that. Actually, this is one of my other favourites, 30 Seconds to Mars, Bright Lights.
Excellent. What was that? What were we just playing?
Oh, Bright Lights, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Excellent stuff. Again, that was quite popular, so well done. You've got excellent taste in music.
So far, let's see what that excellent says.
Yeah, we've got a couple more songs coming up, so you've got to keep us in the know on what you're liking. Don't forget, you can ask us some questions or ask Mark to do a shout out for you just by going to runezone.com and clicking on the radio link. Just put in the shout out request form and send it off to us. We'll see it and we'll read it out live on air. You can also tweet Mark __ Gerhardt. You can tweet RuneScape, you can tweet Mod Jane. There's so many places to tweet. Literally just get involved and we'd love to answer your questions right now. Now Mark, I believe you've got a shout out to do, haven't you?
I do. This one is from Casting Fate, and it's to the True Respect clan.
Awesome stuff.
Right.
True respect for that
I like
clan.
that.
Yes, excellent. So, got a song to play, perhaps?
Yes. Why don't we? So actually, this is my 10-year-old Alexander's favourite, which means he's got good taste already. It's Alone Together from Fall Out Boy.
Excellent stuff.
Refer a friend to RuneZone using your unique link at runezone.com/settings, and you'll be rewarded with exclusive bonuses and perks. So get referring.
Mark?
That was Alone Together.
Good song.
Fall Out Boy, yeah.
I think, again, everyone's enjoying it, so you're still doing well, We've had a couple of questions come in whilst we've been playing that song. So the first one was from someone who I'm not going to say the name of just yet, because they ask, can you pronounce their name? Because it seems to me impossible to read. But
Alright.
Can you do a good job?
I make that as Tau Omicron Mu.
Excellent stuff. I think that sounds about right, to be honest. Could be completely off, but who knows? Right. So, it's Baby Shane says, thanks to MMG for being an amazing DJ so far. They do have a question for you.
Yeah.
What skill are you going to be training on Double XP weekend?
I'm going to be training, perhaps slightly predictably, Slayer.
That's your favourite skill. So
My favourite skill.
why on earth wouldn't you?
Why deviate?
Exactly. Runic Lord wants to know, can you sing Avenged Sevenfold?
Yes, I can,
But you're not
but I
going
don't
to.
think it's audible to... I think the listeners will get a 0 after that.
Okay, fair enough. We'll keep that one for another time.
That's a great song. Great band.
Okay.
Maybe slide some of that into my playlist too.
Perhaps so. Boy Muffin wants to know, with the tunic that we're going to be doing for Game Blast,
Mhm.
they would like to know, are all the proceeds that we raise from the sales through Solomon's General Store,
Yep.
are they going to go to their charity?
100%. I think we said that earlier, but yeah, absolutely. 100% of the proceeds, and the same with bonds. I think it's for the $4.70 goes. There's the 30 cents is simply just a processing fee that we get charged.
Okay. Well, that's excellent stuff. I mean, Mod Jane has just wandered over and shown us a picture of it. It does look pretty awesome.
I saw that. Yeah, it is very cool. And like any of these things, this is limited to the event only. So
Yeah.
there's not going to be a chance to get it in the future.
That's awesome. So it's a nice way to raise money, and you get a cool thing for your character as well.
Absolutely.
Indeed. And so it's cheap enough to buy with the rune coins you get from a bond, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, of course, you can use your loyalty points, bonds, and we'll take that equivalent and donate it to charity.
Awesome. That's a very good thing that we're doing then.
Yeah, and again, get behind the things you believe in. Right?
Excellent stuff. Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for answering those questions. As I
Okay.
say, you can keep those coming in, guys. Just keep going. Fuzzy Nugget has asked for a shout out to Mod Rawney's beard. So there we go. I've just done that for
Well
you.
done. Thank you.
No worries. And should we play another song?
Let's do it. I don't think you can have any playlist without a bit of Linkin Park. So I was going to say when we do What I've Done.
All right, Linkin Park. What I've done. Hello, welcome back. We've got loads more questions actually flooding in right now, so I'm going to fire them at you if that's all right with you,
Yeah,
Mark?
hit me.
Okie dokie. First one comes from Flight. Start off with a nice easy one. It actually goes to me, Nathan, and you, Mark. So Flight says, what is your favourite cookie flavour?
Be choc chip for me.
I think you're right. That's my favourite. Nathan, what do you think?
I like kind of white choc chip.
Okay. With
Yeah,
raspberry in it as well?
yeah, definitely. Bit of raspberry, perfect.
Can't really go wrong with that, can you?
Definitely not.
Mod Jane, what do you think?
Chocolate chip, definitely.
So 3 chocolate chip, 1 white chocolate and raspberry. Nathan, you're the odd one out, mate. Sorry about that.
What can I say?
And Eggbrow would love for you to do a shout out to Simon. So
Hey, Simon.
there you go. Done. Yes. Pleasing people one at a time. There we go.
And actually, I've got a shout out here, just came in on Twitter, to Kaz.
Okay. So again, just tweet Mark __ Gerhard. It says your name for free. Excellent. Fuzzy Nugget wants to know, is it true that there used to be a Jagex cat?
Bob the Cat, yeah.
Is he a real cat?
He was.
Ah.
There was a cool cat called Bob, but we don't have a cat at the moment.
So plans to get one?
I'd love to. I think, obviously there's grown-up questions to be asked us. Who looks after Bob?
Yeah, who's
And cleans
looking
up after Bob, perhaps. But yeah, I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to have pets at work.
Awesome. So, following on from you telling us that Slayer is your favourite skill and it's the one that you're going to be training on Double XP weekend, Bubbles wants to know, what is your favourite Slayer monster? Put you on the spot here.
It differs. It depends on the mood I'm in. Obviously, there's some I'll do just to make money, but then I tend to do ones I can. I don't want to say AFK because it's going to sound non-committal, but you know, again, just in terms of time pressure, you know, just be able to spend time with the family and things like that too. I find I try to do most of the Slayer tasks where I can kind of just, you know, click away while still having a conversation. Yeah. Rather than you know, be terrified I'm going to die any second. So
nice
I
and
tend
social,
to pick
then.
pretty easy social stuff. Yeah.
That's good. And Stargazy's come up with a pretty awesome question here. What is your favourite time period in RuneScape? So, what would you say?
Hey,
your favourite year?
Favorite year? It's got to be now. You know, we spent so many years investing to get to where we are now. I'm absolutely delighted the way we've hit the year running with power to the players. I guess that was always our ambition, aspirations, and you know, just seeing how well it's being received, how well or how engaged the community is, how it's determining content going forward. I don't think there's been a more exciting time than what we have now.
No, I think you're absolutely right. It's a good time to be a player right now, isn't it?
Live in the present, absolutely.
Exactly. Basically, free membership. You get to decide what goes in the game. RuneScape is so good.
I like it.
I like it too. Should we play a song?
Let's do it. You know, I'm split, but I think let's go with Switchfoot, Meant to Live.
Nathan, you happy to press play?
Happy to go either one.
Okay.
I don't think I'm being trusted with my double click antics anymore.
No, we're not letting Mark near the mouse anymore. All right, here we go.
Live from Jagex HQ, featuring your favourite J-mods, exclusive interviews, and great music. This is RuneRadio with Mod MMG.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Songs are very good. Everyone seems to be quite happy again. Still going strong. I'm liking this. It's a pretty strong performance from you, Mark. We're pretty pleased. We'll have you on again.
Well, I'll be a bit risky then and go a bit older with the next one. Let's see what happens.
Maybe not. Got a couple of questions.
Okay.
Randigo says, what is your favourite update to RuneScape of all time?
Wow. You know, I would actually have to say it's Bonds, but perhaps not for the reason other people would think I'd say that. I'm really just delighted at, you know, not just how it's solved the gold farming challenges that we've been facing as kind of the last front, but you know, at its heart, you know, seeing how the community are kind of banding together, friends able to help other friends, clans supporting their fellow clanmates, and you know, also just the fact that it now offers the choice that free players can, you know, get the very best VIP content members get, but you know, simply through their game time, I think is just the ultimate democratization of the game. So yeah, you know, I'm really happy with that. I'm happy that, you know, we've approached it as a solution to a problem, and actually ended up just being a wonderful update overall. And then I think, you know, I wouldn't even call it a close second. I think, you know, it coupled with that is also the well of goodwill. You know, again, this is something that's been charitable stuff and philanthropic stuff that's been very close to my heart for many years.
Yeah.
And it's always been something I've been doing personally, and I just love the fact that we can now get the community to contribute and also raise awareness for a number of these very worthwhile causes. So, yeah, you know, I think perhaps if I had to say just one, it's probably that.
Okay. I think that's a very, very good answer, actually. My favourite update? It's a good question, actually, because there's a couple. I think it would probably have to be power to players.
Yeah.
Because we can it's not really an update, but it helps shape future updates.
Yeah, it was one of, you know, the most, again, this is something we've been wanting to do for a number of years, but I think it's probably one of the most powerful initiatives we've done. And, you know, and in truth, you know, it's very disempowering for the content developers, right? This is other people telling them what they want and when they want it. You know, and that took us even culturally a while to get into. You know, Mod Pips has obviously done a phenomenal job at marshalling that, and his team. And, you know, I think the light switch moment was when everyone just saw that, you know, how well it was received by the players, and you know, actually, I think we've even seen a lot of counter-seasonal growth through January, February, which is usually low months for us in terms of daily actives and stuff. We've just seen really strong growth, and I think that's specifically as a result of, you know, sort of bonds help people re-engage without necessarily using their own money, but I think it's actually that that they're being asked, they're seeing even things like classic combat, legacy combat being put to a test and other things like that. So yeah, I think power to the players.
Yeah.
Is a close second, or certainly way up there.
I think you're right. And I know Mod Pips recently tweeted a couple of times about the number of active players actually online, and it's been over 75,000 for the first time in a while. So
yeah, again, I mean, our seasonal highs for the game is usually summers, and I think what we did on, I don't have the latest numbers as of today, but it was something like on the 10th of February, we beat our own numbers as of summer last year.
That's
so
excellent. Wow.
Fantastic growth in what should be a low time for us.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Nathan, what would you say your favourite update is?
It's not yet in the game, but certainly
He's not going to spoil it.
it's soon. Legacy mode. I think
Okay.
that's been voted through, and I think that will enable a flood more people to enjoy combat more, and kind of go back to the way they're used to playing in terms of combat. But obviously, it also allows people who have learned the EOC to continue to play with that mode as well. So I think it's the best of both worlds, and yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think it's nice that people that do really enjoy the combat changes that Jagex have introduced, I think it's really important that they can still enjoy their game, and it's not like Jagex have taken away their game, because it still exists. But you've just got this added awesome bit that lets people like me, who I just can't get my head around EOC, I get to play combat again and check out the cool bosses and stuff. That's awesome. Like, why wouldn't we do it? So I'm glad that the players voted that through, and I've added my 20 votes to that with all my accounts. So a lot of people are wondering about FunOrb, and there's a couple of people on RuneZone asking about it, especially Fuzzy Nugget and a couple of people like Jupiter Zax as well. They want to know kind of what is the future for FunOrb. Is there a future, or is it,
Yeah, so, look, it's a great question, and it does tend to come up a lot, and I think that's because there's still a very dedicated community at FunOrb. I think it was a great game service in its time. The challenge we have is we just couldn't make FunOrb pay for itself. It's as simple as that. At the same time, obviously as a game studio, we love to make games, so it was the perfect outlet, for some of our creative aspirations. Great place to test new mechanics and ideas. But at the same time, it was a significant loss leader for quite some time. Perhaps the best part of 2 years, we kind of kept thinking, let's just keep going and see where this goes. So I would say, look, I don't see in its current form it being revived. I do feel a degree of guilt in terms of needing to give it a bit of maintenance and stuff. But the hard reality there is we don't actually have anyone on the team left who even worked on that code base. So it's very fragile. There's worries if we even restarted the servers whether they'll come back up again. However, I think the future of what FunOrb probably looks like is there's a lot of games there that I think are just perfect to be remade. It's mobile games.
Yeah.
A ton of the ones I enjoyed, from Alchemist through to Dungeon Assault and Armies of Gillinor and stuff, I think would just be awesome on tablet, mobile.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably where we'll do a few more experiments going forward. So yeah, watch the space. But yeah, there actually is still one unpublished FunOrb game we've made that we haven't put on the service, which was finished probably the best part of a year ago. But again, that probably speaks to the challenge of there's very little knowledge in the business even how to put it on the platform without breaking it. So there may be an update coming soon, a game called Confined. But certainly you can imagine I expect the community would see a lot of those games on mobile in the future.
Awesome. So is that a world exclusive we've just got there?
Absolutely.
Okay, well there you have it, world exclusive from Mod MMG. There may be a new game going to FunOrb very soon, which is awesome. I was a FunOrb player myself, and kind of moved away from it eventually, but I was a big fan of Terra Phoenix. And,
Yes, Shatter Tactics.
Yeah, and I also liked Armies of Gillenor, of course, but would you say that's given birth to things like Carnage Racing? And
Yeah, exactly. You know, we see a lot of the place of play now is mobile. I don't think if we just ported what we had in FunOrb at the time, it would work. I think it needs, you know, standard has gone up quite a lot in mobile if you want to stand out. So we would certainly need more investment. But yeah, Carnage Racing was a nod in that direction.
Awesome. So obviously RuneScape's going towards mobile with the companion app. Do you use the companion app yourself?
I do. I have it installed, and I'm pretty excited actually about. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but there's a very exciting roadmap of really cool RuneScape utilities to come pretty much every month from now onwards. So
awesome. That sounds really good. We've got loads of shout-outs and song requests coming through, but for the time being, please don't send in your song requests, but please do keep the questions and shout-outs coming in. We're going to play a quick song now, so what have we got coming up next?
So this is one of my all-time favourites, which is Zombie from the Cranberries.
Alright then.
RuneZone is available on social networking sites. So, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube.
Hello everyone, welcome back. That was a song. What was it?
That was the timeless and immortal Zombie from the Cranberries.
Excellent. I must apologise for always asking MMG what the song is. It's because I can't see the name or artist because he's got a screen in front of him because he's flicking all the buttons and stuff. We've had some really interesting questions and we've kind of spoken about them whilst that song was playing just to make sure we can actually ask them. We'll start off with an easy one from Sites who says, do you play player-owned ports? Player-owned ports?
Yes.
Excellent.
Loving V2. Loving the new song.
Okay. By Mod Mark, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites from RuneFest, actually. I can see it.
I laugh each time I hear that.
Excellent stuff. Now, one of the big questions that we were talking about it just as that song was playing. Fuzzy Nugget again, sending in some very good questions. If you could rush one update out of the door with 0 flaws right now, what would it be? So what would be your perfect update to have right now?
Wow. It would actually have to be our NXT update.
What's that? What is it? Hang on. I'm completely confused. I don't know what NXT is.
So this is actually a new platform we've been working on for quite some time, which follows on from the work we did with HTML5.
Okay.
So it's the next generation platform for RuneScape. I guess, look, I mean, in all fairness, it's just on a year away. But yeah, if I could have anything, if I could have that tomorrow, that would replace Java with a dramatically optimized client, faster, more stable, more accessible, and platform agnostic. So that opens the gate to tablets, consoles, and all the other things we want to do. So I'm very, very excited about that. There's a lot of people upstairs working on that for a long time, big team. Yeah, if I could have that tomorrow without bugs, I'd bank it.
Okay, so NXT, you heard it. That's a world exclusive, is it?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever spoken about that.
NXT.
Publicly.
Okay, so keep your eyes out for NXT. That is incredible. So we can see RuneScape on maybe an iPad.
Yeah, the first update would be replacing Java.
Okay, yeah.
So on your desktop, it would be dramatically better, stable, faster. A lot of the new graphics engine features, things like that we hinted at with HTML5, would also be baked into this new engine. And again, to go a lot further than what we've done with HTML5.
So there's a real future for RuneScape on consoles, and I suppose you'll be using that for other games as well.
This is specifically for RuneScape. This is the same team that did the HTML5 project. Reused that new architecture. Whilst we weren't happy with the performance of HTML5 across the spectrum, or only a small percentage of players were really able to get the best experience with HTML5, we were able to use all that investment, that architecture, technology, which is absolutely perfect for the changes we're making going forward. So, the move is to a C++ code base, and then using LLVM and other things, we'll actually compile out an HTML5 version, an optimized C version for PCs, obviously go for C# for Xbox, and C++ for PlayStation, etc., Objective-C for iOS. So that unlocks a great world for us, and yeah, if I could have that tomorrow, if I could have had that 2 years ago, I would have banked it then. But I'm quietly confident maybe we'll see something this year still.
That's amazing. I mean, certainly wasn't expecting that big of update.
Well, you said if I could have anything tomorrow.
That's true.
It'd certainly be that.
We did leave it very wide open. I think, like, the HTML5 client is amazing. To play in HTML5, it looks so good. It's a shame that the browsers couldn't keep up, but to know that the investment that Jagex made hasn't been lost is really good news, and I think
absolutely. Look, and this will still support HTML5. It will just make it even better, faster than what it is now, but crucially also take the current engine a lot further forward.
Excellent stuff. So I would say my personal one update, I don't think as grandly as NXT, because to be honest, I don't really understand how it works or anything like that. I know it would be good. I'd love to be playing my PlayStation, but I'm playing RuneScape on my PlayStation, but I don't really think that big. I would say my update to have 0 bugs and to come out right now would be Legacy mode.
Yeah.
If it's everything we're expecting it to be, and I'm sure it will, because the special attacks and stuff that we've put in the game recently have been wicked. The
team are working on that really, really hard, and I expect, I don't know the latest in terms of ETA, but I expect it'll be very soon.
I know, like, you've got a real combat buffs really working on it. They know their stuff, so
the grandmasters of combat.
Exactly, got the perfect team, really, haven't you?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna look at the things again, but there's nothing really new coming in. So
I got a shout out here from Teasing Stick.
Teasing Stick.
And Gweggles.
Is that actually how you say it, or is that just a guess?
That's how I say it. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the proper way to say it.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right then. So as I say, keep your tweets coming in. Keep your questions.
Oh, actually, sorry, there's one more here from VIP Tom. Any news on the forum update this year? Yes. There. Again, I don't have a date to hand, but I know there's a lot of work going into improving the current forum.
Awesome.
And looking at even a completely new forum at the same time.
Awesome. Wicked stuff. So, do you think we should play a song?
Let's do it.
What's coming up?
So this is one of my other favourites, Biffy Clyro, Opposite.
Awesome.
Exclusive interviews, unique features, and so much more. The award-winning RuneZone.com is the next generation of RuneScape fansite, accredited by Jagex.
Welcome back, everyone. We're joined by MMG today. We've just been on air for almost... When did we start? Just half
11, I think, 20 past 11.
So yeah, we've been on for quite a while now. We're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be enjoying it. Good playlist.
It's getting easier, I think.
I think so. Everyone's settling in. Players seem to be enjoying it too, which is awesome stuff.
Fantastic.
Kind of coming to an end though, aren't we? A couple of songs left.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got a call. I've got to jump on at 1:30.
These CEOs are too busy these days. They don't have time for radio shows. It's not how it used to be.
We'll play until then.
That's fair enough. I think we've kept you for long enough anyway, so might play a couple of songs in just a minute. Of course, we'll be around after that, just online, to answer any questions you might have. Obviously, got some DJs coming up too, so don't go away. Keep your questions coming in, forums, Twitter, and on the request system. And we've got another song coming up soon.
Yeah, this is Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown, No Air.
Okay, excellent stuff. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a good song.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Softer side.
Yeah, I think
it's about as soft as I can go.
It's very revealing of your personality, Mark. We have seen some of the aggressive songs. We've seen just some cool indie stuff, and then you go to Jordan Sparks. Who knew?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Now that it's out, what I say.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows the inner Mark Gerhard now, so that's fine. It's fine. Just feel a bit vulnerable and
pretend at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Just wanted to remind everyone that this radio show is going to be available on YouTube for you to listen back to and share with your friends too. Make sure you're subscribed to official RZ on YouTube, and they'll be liked by the official RuneScape account too. So if you're subscribed even to the RuneScape YouTube, you'll be able to find it that way too. We'll just have a little recap about Game Blast, if you don't mind, Mark.
Yeah. So kicking that off, 24-hour charity drive starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Players can support this very worthwhile charitable cause by buying cake, veil rather, in the Solomon store. Obviously donating bonds into the Well of Goodwill, and we've also got a Just Giving page, which is justgiving.com/Jagex. And yeah, obviously we'd also encourage people not just to give, but have a look at specialeffect.org.uk, which is the charity we've decided to support in this drive. And I hope it will touch your heart as it has ours.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's great again that players can donate their bonds and in-game wealth, and Jagex are going to convert that into real money for people. I think that's really an incredible thing that Jagex are doing. And again, I think RuneScape players coming together, it's a great, really good thing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Everyone's saying, like, reading the YouTube comments and things like that, everyone's just really glad that Jagex are getting behind charity like this. And done it before with the previous Well of Goodwill thing. So
that's right, yeah, back in November.
Yeah.
A slightly broader selection of charities. But yeah, this is one that's close to our heart. Love to get players involved, and certainly as we look to the future, start looking at more international charities and charities put forward by players.
Absolutely. And this weekend's going to be like the ultimate RuneScape weekend, really, isn't it? The
It
double
is.
XP.
Double XP for members, and yeah, I think 1.2 times for free players.
Absolutely.
Maybe try to get some of my Slayer skilling in.
Absolutely. I think that's fair enough. I think you could probably use the levels.
You're probably right.
And it's going to be our longest ever official live stream too, isn't it? So I think we're all going to be staying up for 24 hours, which is absolutely crazy.
That's right.
Hopefully there'll be everyone will be watching along and maybe staying up for the full 24 hours with us. Be safe, everyone. Drink lots of water. Go to the toilet if you need it. Eat food and things. Make sure to tune in on twitch.tv/RuneScape. You can catch everyone gaming, and we've got some cool exclusive competitions, plus some amazing things like JMod Q&As, and we're going to be showing off some cool content too.
Fantastic.
Should we play another song, Mark?
Yeah, this is second to last one, and this is again one of my all-time favorites. It's Host of the Seraphim from Dead Can Dance. Sorry, that's Dead Can Dance. And this is I find it's one of the songs that make you want to crucify yourself to the floorboard. Very powerful.
Okay then, let's hear it. Wow, that was a song, wasn't it?
That's right. It's nice to end up on.
Yeah, I can't do that. Welcome back, everyone. It's got to be like a
Let's talk very quietly.
Yes.
Don't scare anyone.
nice and gentle. Lovely. I'm afraid you're going to have to go now, aren't you?
I do,
Yes,
yeah.
I
Unfortunately, I have another meeting, but I think we have one last song to play out. Huh?
I know you said it was your favourite RuneScape soundtrack song, didn't you?
Yes.
So I think we'll play that. But thanks very much to everyone for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.
Hope you enjoyed Mark's information that he's told us. NXT, possible new FunOrb game, loads of exclusives. As I said, this is going to be available on the official RZ YouTube, so make sure to watch that. It'll be out later today or tomorrow. But thanks very much for joining us. Thanks very much for joining us too, Mark.
My pleasure, and obviously thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to you guys for hosting the session. It's been good fun.
Excellent stuff. Hope you do it again.
Will do, for sure.
Cheers. Right, here's Scape Bold off the RuneScape soundtrack to play us out. Thanks very much, Mark. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Enjoy the video, give us a thumbs up, check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and be sure to watch our other videos on Official RZ.